Natural disaster in South America could be affecting you. Find out later.
Chaos in the Mediterranean Sea claims lives. More as this unfolds later this evening.
San Diego City leaves no stone left unturned at this attempt to keep its residents safe. More on this later.
More rain to come, or is it back to the beach? We have your weekend weather coming up.
Hello and welcome to Newscene. I'm Gaby Fernandez.
And I'm Stephanie Roach. Thank you for joining us.
At least 5 people were killed and 1 million evacuated from affected areas when a powerful 8.3 magnitude earthquake struck Chile Wednesday. Chile's National Emergency Agency issued a tsunami statement ordering evacuations in coastal areas from Arica to Puerto Aysén. Chile is one of the most earthquake-prone regions in the world.
The raging wildfires in Northern California continue to claim lives and destroy property as nearly 8,000 firefighters try to contain the blaze. The Valley Fire, just east of Sacramento, is blamed for 5 deaths and 600 homes destroyed, with over 68,000 acres scorched, displacing nearly 18,000 families. The Butte fire is 50% contained, yet claimed another 71,000 acres, 250 homes, and forced another 11,000 residents to flee. The first deaths associated with the disaster have been identified as 80-year-old Owen Goldsmith and 65-year-old Mark McLeod. There are with no showers, the firefighters will have to work cut out for them.
A series of deadly flash floods is causing havoc in Utah. 18 people are dead near the Arizona border after devastating rain. A vehicle carrying 3 women and 13 children was swept away by heavy flash floods. 3 children survived and the rest were killed near the Hilldale community. 6 people are reported dead following massive flash floods in Zion National Park to southwestern areas of Utah earlier that day, while 1 person is still missing according to National Weather Agency.
New developments today in connection with a 21-year-old student arrested at SDSU. It turns out he has been visiting other campuses in the area, creating fear amongst students and faculty. Here's Misha Mora with more.
Thank you, Stephanie. Officers responded to several reports that identify a young man as the alleged gropper that not only was removed from City College, but also from another 2 institutions.
21-year-old Glenn Paulo Valancar was removed by campus police at SDSU after several people called police Monday to report that a man was approaching women and touching them inappropriately. According to the report, he followed a female student into a classroom, sat close to her, then touched her breast. Last Friday, City College police also received a complaint about a young man entering a classroom in the AH building and disrupting a class for about 2 minutes.
According to some students, the 21-year-old came into this classroom and it seemed that he was looking for someone. He started talking incoherent things, and right after, the professor asked him to leave the classroom.
He just tiptoed inside the classroom and looked around. And like I said, apparently the teacher knew about this individual. We didn't, and she kind of felt a little, off track right after he left. So we kind of picked up on that vibe, and so we left it at that.
As if that wasn't enough, Southwestern College police also confirmed that Valancar was removed from their campus as well due to inappropriate behavior the very same day he showed up at City. But this is not the only safety concern students at City have. Last weekend, City College police responded to a robbery where a male victim believed he was held at gunpoint. It happened at the West Lower party of the M building. The victim says the suspect approached him from behind and told him not to turn around. With this and other recent incidents, students are concerned.
And there's not a visible active presence in police and security on campus, so yeah, it concerns me.
But usually I like to walk with a group of people, or you behind someone that's here at the campus.
Campus police recommends the following to students.
if you're leaving a class that's a little late at night and you feel uncomfortable, another suggestion we really put out there is use the buddy system. Walk with friends. Don't be alone. Being downtown.
Stephanie, Glenn Valancourt pleaded not guilty this Wednesday to 6 misdemeanor charges, including sexual battery. Each charge against the defendant carries a minimum penalty of 6 months in jail and a fine of $2,000. Back to you, Stephanie.
16 San Diego County schools have been awarded mini grants to promote bike safety. Earlier this week, the San Diego Association of Governments Commute Program awarded $30,000 to schools that are actively involved in safe transportation for local students. According to the San Diego County Bicycle Coalition, the mini grants will help fund a variety of innovating bike programs such as Walk, Ride, and Roll to School Week, among others.
A fundraiser is being held tomorrow to help the family of a little boy who drowned in Mission Bay. 40-year-old Wesley Hilaire disappeared following a family outing last Saturday. Wesley's father deployed just a few days prior to the incident and has since been flown back to be with his family. A GoFundMe account has also been set up in effort to raise $10,000. All proceeds will go towards the Hilaire family. For more information, you can go to gofundme.com/Wesley Hilaire.
A former Carlsbad couple pleaded guilty to selling unapproved device that treats cancer and other medical conditions. Sandra and David Perez pleaded guilty earlier this week in San Diego federal court to conspiracy and sale of unapproved medical devices. The couple admitted to selling the Energy Wave, a device that treats cancer, AIDS, and other medical conditions from their former home in Carlsbad through the website. After receiving large sums of money, the couple moved to Medford, Oregon. Each device sold for $1,200 to $1,500. Sandra Perez admitted depositing funds to David Arthur, a co-conspirator. David Perez is scheduled to be sentenced on January 11th. Sandra Perez was sentenced earlier this week to 1 year probation and ordered to perform 100 hours of community service. Arthur also pleaded guilty to conspiracy and is awaiting sentencing.
There has been an increase in dog injuries due to the intense heat wave. However, it's not from heat exhaustion, but from snake bites. The heat is causing an increase in snake activity, so keep a close eye on your little friends. Snake bites in dogs often result in bruising, pain, and swelling. In severe case, even nausea and blackouts can occur.
A huge victory this week for conservationists. The federal court ruled in favor of protecting sea mammals from Navy sonar. The ruling does not limit how often the Navy can use sonar, but in its locations which it can be activated. This will protect vital habitats used for feeding, migration, and breeding. Protecting areas just like the blue whale feeding grounds just off the coast here in San Diego. Find out where San Diegans are doing.
And Southern California sport teams is under NCAA investigation, but who? Stay tuned.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
The refugees' struggle to reach safety in Europe continues intensely. 22 Syrian migrants were dead after a wooden boat carrying 233 people setting off from Bodrum in Turkish southwest coast overturned in the Mediterranean Sea. The migrants on board attempted to reach the Greek island for coast, according to Coast Guard officials. Authorities reported rescued 211 remaining passengers on the boat. The Mediterranean Peninsula has become refugees' key route to cross Greece, entering Europe. Turkish Coast Guards found the body of 3-year-old Syrian boy washed up on the beach after a boat carrying his family and refugees sank, killing 12 people. With increased tensions at the Serbia-Hungarian border, Europe is reaching a boiling point of refugee crisis. The Hungarian riot police used tear gas and water cannon to avoid thousands of Syrian and Iraqi refugees entering their country. Clashes began Wednesday after Hungary closed its final hold at the Serbia border, blocking a popular migration route at refugees moving Western Europe. Migrants had rushed their fence, throwing rocks at authorities after refused to open the gate for 2 hours, according to a witness. Since the chaos, refugees in Serbia are headed to Croatia as their only route to Austria and Germany as their destination. Croatian Prime Minister has welcomed refugees in his country on Thursday, while authorities taking and locating migrants to Zagreb for more treatment.
The Russian military appears to be attempting to set up a forward operating base in Syria. The U.S. government says that they may leave concerns about Moscow's intentions in the war-torn nation. According to Pentagon spokesman Captain Jeff Davis, they have been indicating that Russia has moved people around into the world and the airbase there. This is a city in Syria controlled by the forces of President Bashar al-Assad, a close Russian ally. The United States has been monitoring Russia's recent movements in the military personnel in Syria with unease.
Cuba will free over 3,500 prisoners ahead of Pope Francis' visit this Saturday to the island. The Cuban government announced the prisoners' release will include minors, people over the age of 60, or prisoners in poor health. The government says that no one who had committed crimes against state security or political prisoners will be released. This provoked march and protest by activists that are inconform with the decision. Cuban police detained more than 50 people who took part in this march. A number of them were released hours later.
Egyptian security officers are under fire after killing 12 tourists and injuring 10 others on Saturday. 2 of the victims are identified as Mexican nationals. During a press conference, Foreign Affairs Minister Claudia Ruiz Massieu was informed by Mexico's ambassador to Egypt that the tourists were fired upon by soldiers in airplanes and helicopters. Cairo Minister says the tourist group was inside unauthorized cars in a restricted area without permits in the area for the trip. The incident is still under investigation.
This week, Mexico celebrated Independence Day, but not everyone in the capital was cheering. Traditionally, the president arrives to the balcony of the National Palace and shouts "Viva Mexico." It commemorates the country's victory over Spain to gain its independence in 1810. But not everybody is happy with today's government. The event turned into a protest as many people held up a massive banner calling the president Enrique Peña Nieto a murderer. His popularity plummeted after the abduction of 43 Mexican students in Guerrero last year. This case and the economy has fueled a major national protest. The second GOP debate took place this week at the Reagan Library next to Los Angeles. 11 candidates battled it out for 3 hours in Simi Valley Wednesday. The discussion was lighthearted and included walking, bantering, and high fives. Many shared similar views like putting Rosa Parks on $10 bill. Later on, the mood shifts to heavier topics like gun control and immigration. The Iran nuclear deal was a favorite for the candidates to shoot down, but the most popular target was Donald Trump.
Sort of watching the debate reminded me a little bit of a tough day at the airport. When you saw a dozen, you saw a dozen people in suits who were lined up in kiosks in front of a plane. They seemed angry, they seemed pessimistic, and they were looking for somebody to threaten. But they also stood there for 3 hours.
Lives,
So
our
you
votes,
could
our
hardly blame
jobs,
them.
and our schools matter. The San Diego March and Rally for Equal Justice for All People took The goal is that every voice is heard in our society, along with voting, civil gathering. Los Angeles is now the only North American city attempting to host the 2024 Summer Olympic after Toronto declined seating time and money.
LA stepped in to the U.S. candidate after Boston's bid collapsing in July amid the lack of public and political support. Rome, Paris, and Hamburg and Budapest are also in the running. The final vote will be held in 2017 at an International Olympic Committee conference in Lima, Peru. Los Angeles previously hosted the Summer Games in 1932 and in 1984. If selected, it will be the first Summer Olympics in the U.S. since Atlanta hosted the Games in 1996.
Lots happening in sport this week, Carrie. What do you think?
Yeah, there is a lot happening. I'm going to jump right to Aztec basketball. The San Diego State men's basketball program may be in some trouble. Aztec staffers are being charged with giving improper benefits to prospective athletes. An official investigation has not started yet, but SDSU is under inquisition by the NCAA. San Diego State's athletic program is ran by Steve Fisher, who had similar issues with his Michigan Wolverines while taking them to a national title in 1989. And moving on to some college football, the Clemson Tigers took on Louisville last night in what spectators claimed to be a heavy-hitter matchup. But it was Clemson who pulled through with the victory, making this their third win of the season. With a final score of 20-17, the Louisville Cardinals had some mild upsets that contributed to their loss against the Tigers. But despite the Cardinals' dominant defense, they not only missed a 38-yard field goal, but also gave away an interception in the end zone in the game's final play. Now the number 11 ranked Tigers will get a 2-week break before they go head-to-head in a 2-game stretch against Notre Dame and Georgia. Now for some Thursday night football action. Last night the Denver Broncos were on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs. The game was not only a big win for the Broncos, but also made history as Denver quarterback Peyton Manning became the second QB to ever surpass 70,000 yards passing in his career. Manning finished the game against Kansas City with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. The game appeared to be neck and neck up until the final minute of the fourth quarter when Denver scored 2 touchdowns, 1 to tie the game and 1 to claim victory. Now the undefeated Broncos will stay on the road to face the Lions at Ford Field next Sunday, while Alex Smith and the Chiefs travel to Wisconsin to play the Packers for Monday Night Football. And if you can't wait until college football tomorrow morning, we have your fix tonight, a high school football matchup to fill the void. In this Week 4 game, the Bonita Vista Barons are on the road for a non-conference battle against the Falcons at Scripps Ranch. It will be a day short of exactly a year since these two teams have gone head-to-head. Last year, the Barons pulled through with the win, barely outscoring the Falcons 30-29. Bonita Vista is coming into Friday's game after a nail-biter last week against the Madison Warhawks, who defeated the Barons 29-28. The Falcons, now 1-1, received their first W of the season last week against the Sierra Conquistadors with a whopping score of 48-6. Kickoff will be tonight at Scripps Ranch, set for 6:30. And after their 33-28 win against the Lions on Sunday, the Chargers are on the road to Cincinnati to face the Bengals. Both teams are coming in strong from victories last week and expected to be a great game. Both teams are fitter than ever. Kickoff is at 10 o'clock a.m. That's all I have for you guys for sports. I'm going to send it back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Carrie. City College students who lost their class to low enrollment learned to fade their class.
The 67th Annual Emmy Awards this Sunday with brand new categories. We will let you know what they are coming up.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They're good news for students who fought to get their canceled class reinstated at City College. According to TV performance instructor Lisa Lake Grossman, RTVC 121 have 14 students enrolled in their class and won't be cut from the schedule. Administrator had canceled the class 5 days before a drop deadline due to low enrollment. They reinstated it after several students complained about the drop.
Administrators and faculty at City College gathered last night to honor a familiar face. Artie O'Hara, weekend anchor at NBC7, was honored for one alumni as one City College's distinguished last night as Doubletree Hotel in Mission Valley. O'Hara first found out about the award by a simple email from President Beebe.
I learned about this tremendous honor, this tremendous recognition opportunity through a simple email from President Anthony Beebe, who I.
When O'Hara was a student at City College, he was the editor of the City Times, where he won his first statewide first place award for newspaper editing. He transferred to SDSU for journalism. After graduating, he developed a love for reporting and anchored while he worked at KGUN TV in Tucson and KTAB TV in Texas. O'Hara won several awards, including Best Emmy Award Performance in News and 2 Golden Mics for outstanding news coverage. Something to look forward to this Sunday is the 67th Annual Emmy Awards with a new category. Ivani Villalobos is here to let us know what it is. Ivani?
Hi, Ivani.
Hey guys, thank you. The 67th Annual Emmy Awards will debut a new category this Sunday as Best Sketch Variety Series. Some of the nominees include my favorite SNL, Inside Amy Schumer, and Key and Peele. Time magazine predicts Mad Men will win Best Drama Series and John Hamm to take home Best Lead Actor for the show. Hamm's been nominated 8 times and has never won. This year could be a great chance for him. Best of luck. But thumbs down for what? Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg has revealed plans to add a dislike type of button. The company is working on a button that expresses a negative emotion. According to Times Magazine, Zuckerberg mentioned that if you share something that is sad, whether it's the current events like the refugee crisis, then it may not be comfortable to like that post. No date yet on when it will come out. Now for a moment, forget about your worries and your strives and stay tuned for a new look for the classic Disney film, The Jungle Book. The film ain't nothing like the bare necessities. The only human you'll see here is of Mowgli himself, played by newcomer Neil Seeley. The Jungle Book will be directed by Jon Favreau and come out next year in April 2016. Disney's bringing Poppins back to life, but it's not a remake or a sequel, and you won't be seeing Julie Andrews. The new version will feature the lovely Miss Poppins, according to Entertainment Weekly. The film is set to be directed by Rob Marshall, who also directed the musical Into the Woods and Chicago. The film will feature new original songs by songwriters Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman. Now from the awards to movies, we got plenty to look forward to this weekend. And if that's not enough, I want to mention that Restaurant Weekend starts today actually, and will run till the 24th. Well, there goes the diet, and hello Restaurant Week. Stephanie, Gabby, back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ivani, and we'll be watching those movies. Thank you so much. We're in for another heat wave or rain in San Diego. Find out in our weather later.
See what's... This one I get in.
For those dealing with the daily struggles of caring for a loved one, we hear you. That's why AARP created a community with experts and other caregivers to help us better care for ourselves and the ones we love.
The best thing to do is stay cool over the next few days is to go to the beaches. Do you have any ways to stay cool? Christina?
Yes, I do. Okay, so are you ready for the weekend? Because I have a feeling you might be. The weather did cool down a bit from the triple digits today by giving us 76 degrees today. It was a great day to celebrate this beautiful weather by going on a hike or a swim at the beach. Now, as you can see over here, we will start to see some rain starting from San Jose, bringing it down to Los Angeles, and finally making its way to lovely San Diego. The rain should, start to happen sometime later on next week. But I highly suggest that you take an umbrella with you at all times because you never know when exactly it will happen. Again, this is San Diego, so it will change from hot to cold, cold to hot very quickly. So let me give you the 7-day forecast. It should be a lot warmer than today by having 81 degrees to 84 degrees on Saturday and Sundays. And you see those clouds of rain. It's going to be crazy humidity going on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Finally ending the week by some more clouds and some more rain, but it's going to be hot, so don't forget, make sure that you have an umbrella and everything. So that is all the news for today. I'm glad that you stayed tuned for this forecast, and have a great day.